Howdy ho, folks. Back at it again. Bard's Tale nonsense. Cutscene nonsense, apparently. Oh, they made female
Waiting
ones.
for the bard of your dreams to wander by, ladies?
Certainly. We've been waiting for you. Waiting to keep you away from this lever.
Please, my lasses. As you can see, I mean you absolutely no harm. Quite the opposite, in fact.
Oh, I don't think you're up to it. It makes no difference in any case, for we will not come out from behind these bars.
Isn't there any way we can work something out here?
Just like a man not to know when he's been beaten. Now go away.
At least they're smart about it. Oh. Looks like I'm gonna have to...
Isn't there any way we can work something out here?
Just like a man not to know when he's been beaten. Now go away.
No, I was hoping it'd be like the, trying to break into the prison, where you're given a password and just, even though it repeated, there's more snark.
You wenches talk tough. But if you weren't hiding behind those bars, I'll bet you'd be singing a different tune.
You will hear naught from us but scorn and laughter. For we are safe behind these bars and are not afraid of anything.
But Maeve, what about, you know?
I'll hear none of that talk now, you silly lass. There are none of those squeaking devils left around here.
Good to know. Also, when did Sparky get, like, the spiked collar? Actually, I think I know when he got the spiked collar. He probably got the spiked collar when I gave him, a talent point for attacking. Oh. It's a rat.
I was getting ahead of myself when I called you ladies. Your tongue is sharp, but if you weren't hiding behind those bars, I bet you'd sing a different tune.
You will hear naught from us but scorn and laughter. For we are safe behind these bars and are not afraid of anything.
But Maeve, what about, you know?
I'll hear none of that talk now, you silly lass. There are none of those squeaking devils left around here.
Ah! It's a rat! I can't stand the squeaking little buggers. Get me out of here!
Oh, be brave, girl. That wee thing cannot hurt you.
Some really great voice acting there, ladies.
Curse you and your verminous allies.
Once again, the bard oh so valiantly overcame his foes.
It's a gift.
I like how when that cutscene started after I summoned the rat, the lady I was talking to did not reset her position. She was still facing the character she had finished talking to last cutscene. But she still gave the lines when she's, like, was supposed to give to me while facing me. And that's just the kind of jank I'm used to in this game at this point. It'd be funny if it wasn't so sad, to be honest. Honestly, that's a lot of the jank in this game. It would be a lot funnier if it wasn't so sad. There is such a lot of love in various parts of this game, and then there's just so much jank in others, and it's like, oh, come on, man. This game deserves better than that, and you know it. Just so rude. Oh. The weird passion mixed with the utter disinterest is just such the weirdest juxtaposition. Honestly, to be fair, there's a lot of... I honestly just need to summon that one dude, don't I? Can I go anywhere without having this old dude out?
You got a problem, laddie?
Because it feels like I can't. I can't do anything without this old dude taking care of things. But...
Did you blink?
There's a lot of indie games out nowadays that are just... a lot of passion, not great execution, buggy, janky messes. It happens. But it's usually indie and smaller studios that are having that issue. This was... like, the Bard's Tale, for those of you that don't know, is a long-lasting IP. This game has been around since, like, the Commodore PC era. This game has a lot of classic entries that people care about, and this game right here was like a reboot of the series. Like a really massive reboot at that. Like, none of the other games play like this, but they have similar, like, charm.
Did you blink?
Dude, you doing anything? Just chilling? You know what? I'm sorry, not sorry, but that's what you get for just standing and staring at a wall, like Blair Witch style. So yeah, like, obviously people cared about this game. People care about this IP. This game, well, this IP recently had a new entry that was more akin to the classic entries. And it's considered a good game, from what I've seen. It's another first-person dungeon crawler like the earlier entries, and it's a lot more modern, and it's puzzle and play styles and everything. And from what I've heard, it's very enjoyable. But for such a beloved IP to get a proper reboot, have some of the wonderful charm peeking through in almost any cutscene, but stupid jank that showcases, like, a lot of people just considered it another 9 to 5, completely and utterly dead inside paycheck is just upsetting. Like, I don't demand the people working on these sort of things to consider it necessarily a passion project for them. I understand it's a job, but they didn't do the job well, is what I'm saying. And that's the actually insulting part. You cannot be, like, it's perfectly fine to be blasé about the job you're doing. But if you're getting paid, and you're getting paid easily, you should do a good job. And I don't know how the studio or staff are paid. I hope they're paid well. I hope that of anyone working any job, I hope they're paid well. I think it's absurd that a lot of places do not give living wage. That's stupid. Kind of like this corridor right here that leads to nowhere for no reason. This is very stupid. Why is this here architecturally? It's obscenely stupid that a lot of people cannot survive on a 40-hour work week job. I feel like working, though, for a video game studio tends to pay better than a lot of other places, though. Maybe not the best. Honestly, I don't know. I don't. I may be completely wrong. Feel free to correct me in the comments. I may be completely and utterly wrong. But there's a lot of games out there, and this is becoming a overarching problem in the industry. There are so many games out there that are just not made well. And it's not done by indie studios all the time either. There are a lot of freaking games out there that are not made well by AAA studios. And it's not okay. But these are these, like, obscenely set in stone, like, super rich AAA studios that nobody's getting pissed over. I think in a few episodes ago, because I was editing the episode, I talked about, what was it, EA and Ubisoft and how it's arguably insulting the kind of game design stuff they're doing. But it's not just them. Like, other companies are doing it, and it's freaking insulting. I'm gonna say one nobody's talked about. Nintendo is freaking insulting with some of its game design philosophy stuff that it's been doing. Outright, the last Animal Crossing on Switch is effing insulting. They rushed an incomplete game out, forced you to constantly have to update it just for it to be a complete game, and then demanded a DLC bit on top of that for it to be a complete game. Animal Crossing New Horizons, as much as everyone's allowed to like it, even I enjoyed it for what it was, is insulting how they handled that. And like, here's another one that like I've heard people defend this because I outright blasted this one on like social media around the time it released. Disney Dreamlight Valley is one of the most BS, insulting pieces of garbage I have ever seen any game studio or any freaking major like studio or major company dish out. Disney Dreamlight Valley should be freaking just like review bombed for the garbage that is. There is no reason to freaking defend Disney Dreamlight Valley, and people were upset that I was calling it out when it like did what it did. Disney Dreamlight Valley, you can buy this physically in stores. It is an early access game. It is an early access game released on several platforms that do not allow early access games. It is an early access game that on those platforms where it cannot be early access, it does not call itself early access. It only calls itself early access and like an incomplete game on the few digital storefronts that those kind of games are allowed on. And I just freaking hit the mic cord. I'm sorry. There goes all that steam. But like, yeah, quite literally, Disney Dreamlight Valley is on the Switch. Why the heck is an early access game on the Switch? It is the only early access game on the Switch. And it is fully like showcased and fully marketed as a complete game on the Switch, and it always has been. It is an early access game that they are demanding players like just playtest for them. And that's all that's happening with Disney Dreamlight Valley. And it gets freaking worse.
Worth the effort.
Disney Dreamlight Valley is a game you need to pay $60+ for. It is a full-priced game to pay, like just to play. But that's not to own the game. You pay 60 to 80 to I think maybe even higher, like 100 something for like the super collector, whatever the heck. And trust me, that is not the final price point. We will talk about this in a second. You will pay a minimum of $60 to play Disney Dreamlight Valley early.
I'll teach you to make light of me.
Disney Dreamlight Valley is supposed to be a free-to-play game. You cannot play that game without paying $60. And the entire point you're paying $60 is so you can play test it. That is effing absurd. The game has been on record stating multiple times it is going free to play. But you need to pay $60+ because they have various versions of various bundles where you get all this stuff or whatever, like digital deluxe, whatever the heck, to play this game. So you can play like 80 to, I don't know, 100 something. I haven't checked in a while, but like it is a full price game, minimally. And it's freaking absurd. For a soon-to-be free-to-play game, just so you can play it early while it's incomplete and buggy. And like I said, they're having their players playtest this. They are playtesting it, and they are still not fixing some bugs from several patches ago that can be game-breaking. They do not care about their player base. This gets worse. It is designed for like a smartphone, like kind of monetary system. It has season passes. This is a incomplete early access game you need to pay full price for that has bug breaking content that they are not fixing from several patches ago with season passes that you have to pay for with their premium currency to earn things in game. Disney is not a small company. Disney has some of the most money in the world. Disney is one of the companies that people should be effing upset that they are doing this. And the people defending this are the ones who think Disney can't do anything wrong. Disney is a corporation. Disney does not care about you. Disney does not care about anyone. Disney does not care about its staff. You can ask anyone who's worked in any of the parks. Disney does not like you. Disney likes your wallet.
Worthless!
And I know I am coming off very aggressive, but I am so not okay with what the heck Disney Dreamlight Valley is, because it is freaking aggressive, harmful marketing on several storefronts. Like I said, it is an early access incomplete game. It does not say that on several storefronts. It is a freaking just money grab that is meant to be free to play, and it cost a full game price. It has season passes, which, hey, I know a lot of games do now. Heck, freaking, my girlfriend's been playing WoW, and like, it doesn't technically have a season pass thing, but like, they just announced this like new event where like you play through an old X pack and like progress through it. And like after reading up on it, it seems like they're treating it like a Diablo 3 season, where it's just a progression, like you play through this and then you get it in your main game.
Just a bit of junk.
And that, I think that's just WoW's way of slowly starting to move more and more to these new marketing philosophies of like season passes and stuff. Because WoW needs to find some way to survive. Stop stealing people's pants, Bard. If you're gonna steal pants, at least like take ladies' pants, man. Which sounds worse, but like I don't want dudes' pants. I really don't. I don't want another dude's pants. I don't want a lady's pants, but I could at least make a joke about the lady's pants and how perverted he is for having them. That would at least lead to comedy. The fact that the bar just has like a bunch, and I mean a bunch of dudes' pants, is just weird.
Ready for some action.
Not because enjoying men is weird, but because he is on record saying he enjoys women. He enjoys women and just has a weird hobby of collecting men's pants that is unrelated to his preferences. And that's the weird bit. And let's be honest though, collecting any other individual's pants is always... I feel like I'm kink shaming, but like, no, it is weird. You should not be taking other people's freaking clothes. Don't do that. If the other individual you've properly discussed it with is fine with it, yes, that's fine. But don't take other people's clothes. Like, just unprompted and of your own accord. Don't steal that kind of stuff. That's not okay. That is very not okay, and we need to move back to the Disney topic or something, because that's a not okay topic.
And before him stood the flame that he must extinguish. Unfortunately, before that stood Lou, who would not give in without a fight.
You've made it, I see.
No taunts now, eh? Where's all that wit I heard down in the arena?
I've gained a measure of respect for your fighting prowess. It saddens me that I'm going to have to kill you now.
I wish I could say the feeling's mutual, but the cold fact is, I expect I'll quite enjoy it.
That's the spirit.
It's freaking...
Too easy.
There's a lot of characters that end up dying in this game that just like, I feel like the Bard could have been friends with. And I feel like he could have actually enjoyed Lou as a dude if he wasn't at odds with him. And that was pretty easy. Oh, hey, old girl. How you doing? Girl? gotta wait up for the dial-up.
Champion, you're here. I've counted the hours till I...
Cut the crap, lady. What gives with all the dead refusing to stay dead?
Yes, I'd feared that would happen.
I would appreciate it if we discussed all fears up front from now on. I'm not a big fan of surprises.
Very well. I should tell you that the denizens of the underworld are rising up, trying to put an end to your quest.
Why are they after me?
They know it was you who defeated Han. Because of this, they know you're trying to set me free. Their leader is a ruthless man who'll stop at nothing to keep you from freeing me.
Yet again, something I wish I knew earlier.
I am the only one who can stop them. Until I'm set free, darkness will engulf the land. You must hurry. The longer you take, the more power the forces of evil will gain. Soon, I won't even be able to hold them back.
I should have just settled for the farmer's daughter.
You
must
really
get to
should
the
have.
Island tower quickly. Time is short. First, go to Downby, where you'll find a man named Dugan. He's in a tavern called the Ache and Drum. He'll have further instructions for you.
Oh joy, another journey. Why not tell me where I need to go right now?
Dugan is locating an object for you, something of great power. You'll need it to enter the third tower. The fate of the world is in your hands, my love.
As long as there's no pressure involved.
And more pressures were soon to come. Unbeknownst to the bard, the servants of the mysterious Finnick were making good on their master's command to stop the bard at any cost.
That was a
Why
lot
are we
of stuff.
even bothering with this?
That was a lot of stuff. Yeah, so you guys starting to pick up on the fact that she might not be what she's saying she be? Like seriously, why would the underworld not want her around? It's almost like maybe she's the one making the dead rise up. Maybe she's a horrible necromancer. We don't know.
I'm here.
I was hoping you'd be super buff. Let's try to get rid of her and get that night out. See how that dude be doing. And lastly, let's
For king and country.
end me. Please end me. Because if you don't help me, that's why would I even summon you? All right, let's see here. Oh, night.
A valiant knight, honest, brave, noble, nearly invincible in battle. Of course, also not very bright, but as we've seen with our own hero, nobody's perfect.
Yeah, if you could raise the bard's intelligence, I feel like a lot of things in this game would not be happening.
Once a daring finder of lost treasures, the explorer was still adept at finding secrets and uncovering traps. Getting out of the way of them, however, was a different matter.
Oh, you can open secret doors now? That's useful, I guess. I feel like that means there's a couple areas I can think of that that'd be really useful. Zombie-infested tomb had that weird talking wall bit, which was not brought up anywhere else. And, what was it?
Am I good or what?
Oh, me oh my. Lovely. Was that dude actually just the lifeblood of this tower, kind of like Hearn was, or... Like, why are the grates even, like, caved in? Is this place just starting to collapse? You know what? Yeah, just demolition it. Lou would have been so much smarter if he waited.
Blackguard.
Oh well. What did I just pick up? Okay, it's a Stonehenge keepsake. I was worried I was taking more druidic pants. Also, like that weird Minotaur room in the Draga ruins. I am assuming that's a secret door to go through.
Thou art found
Maybe it's worth
wanted.
backtracking. I mean, arguably this game isn't super difficult, so no, it isn't, but but maybe it is fun too. Is it worth complaining any more about Disney Dreamlight Valley and the fact that they're just ripping off fans of Disney?
Worthless.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know, like, I like bashed it on public media or social media, and like people were just like, well, it sucks for you, doesn't it? And it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I freaking got this game for my girlfriend in the full expectations at a full price game. It was a finished game as opposed to early access, because on the digital storefront it was mentioned as a full game and never mentioned the fact that it was early access, because they're not allowed to have early access on this digital storefront. Yeah, I guess I'm the one in the wrong for that deceptive marketing, and I should actually be able to get a freaking refund, but of course they won't allow that.
Just a bit of junk.
I was in the wrong. And obviously I can admit that, but like just the amount of people that like are so weirdly defensive about that, and it's like, you guys have freaking heard me talk. Even when I was talking about how the fact you should not steal like people's I got more pants. Yeah, that's the topic I was talking about. Of course I picked up more pants right then. Even when I was talking about the topic of you should not take people's clothing without their consent. I was like, I feel like I'm kink shaming. Like, I'm very understanding of other people's joy and happiness at the end of the day. I honestly, if you're not hurting other people and you like something and you're not hurting yourself by liking that something, there's nothing wrong with that usually.
Victory!
Taking other people's clothing without their consent is hurting other people though, which is why I'm not okay with it. If there's consent involved and you're not hurting them, that's fine. But and so, like, people were just highly defensive that I was ragging on something they liked, and it's like, you're allowed to like the frickin' thing. I'm pissed about how this thing is being handled, because people shouldn't be okay with how this thing is being handled. It is very, like, deceptive and cruel to consumers. And you're the consumer. And they're just like, no, screw you, man. And it's like, why the heck do I even talk about this stuff?
How about the fiend?
Why do I even bring up the fact that, like, stuff people do is arguably
Victory!
not okay? So there's just gonna be a bunch of freaking people upset at me. It's like, well, I don't care. It's like, cool, I'm talking about how I care about it. Well, I don't care. It's like, dude, how about this? I don't care about your opinion on that matter, then.
With this?
Because I'm talking about the heck of I care about it.
Sprayed!
They take that as a personal affront. Oh, well. We're nearing the end of this episode. I've complained a lot. I think I'm going to try to drag this out to the end of this floor. I can't remember how much further we have going on, but I think I'd prefer to end this on a save point at the end of this floor, basically. That way, picking up the next episode, it shouldn't be too bad. And, hopefully, the final episode of this tower, the final 2 floors or whatever, isn't lost like the final 2 floors and final episode of the last tower we did. I'm just glad we didn't really miss much narratively, because I don't know if you guys have noticed,
To hell with
there's been a lot of cutscenes. I have not been able to edit like this series as much as I had been before, because I need to spend so much time editing, like, audio balancing on all the cutscenes, because there's always at least minimally one character in every cutscene who just is talking way too quietly that you cannot make out what he's saying. So I need to balance at least one dude to the same audio levels as everything else. And that's if I'm lucky. And it's just one dude. If I'm unlucky, it's like 3 out of 4 people or something, basically. Like, just all but one dude. Because that means I can't even just select the entire cutscene and just try to balance the audio. If it's all but one dude, I need to cut around that one dude talking because he's perfectly balanced and try to get everyone else to the same level. It's so infuriating. It really is. And like, there's no rhyme or reason for it. I think in a Mach and X episode, I mentioned it was mainly the bard doing it. But of course, as soon as I said that, I'm editing other episodes and it's like, nah, now it's this dude and the bard's perfectly like talking. Oh, now it's this dude and neither the bard or that dude are perfectly talking. Now, like, it's these three dudes and not the bard. And it's just like, oh my gosh, why didn't they audio balance this? I've mentioned before, this is a remaster. This is 100% like supposed to be a better version of the main game in the fact that they optimized a lot of stuff. And like, it's really upsetting. Guys, if you ever want to play this game, legit, just get it on the PS2. I'm not lying. Like, I don't think the remastered version
Why are we even bothering
does
with
anything.
this? I smell a
I think quite literally it's meant to let you play it on more modern systems, but if you look up any sort of
traps right over
like
here.
reviews or anything,
Doesn't feel good, does it, young man?
just any sort of like people talking about any of the versions that are the remastered version. Can I freaking shoot an arrow, please and thank you? If you check out any of the
blackguard.
more modern console versions, there are countless people complaining about how poorly optimized and how poorly it plays, and it's upsetting. I've been saying that so much during this entire playthrough. How this game was handled is legitimately upsetting. This game is so fun and funny in so many aspects. And it was handled so poorly in so many others, and it is genuinely upsetting. But I think we're going to leave it there, folks. We got enough of an episode. We made progress. Got to the top of the tower, started making our way down. I will talk to you guys later. Hopefully without topics that actually make me upset, like the whole Disney Dreamlight fiasco. And hopefully they'll be enjoyable episodes for you guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Ciao.